Hi, I'm Adam Lucy from West Edmonton Coin and Stamp, and I'm here to teach you how to paint a mini. All right, so last time you left us, if you've watched us for the past two videos, what we've done is we've actually done the fur and the leather for this mini. Now, yeah, he doesn't look like a mini yet, but of course we still got a whole bunch of layers to go through still, just because, well, we're painting a mini. So what we're going to do next is we're actually going to be doing the Ghost Gray from Vallejo. We're actually going to be using Vallejo in all these videos just because we love Vallejo. And so this is just mostly what you're going to be using the Ghost Gray here for, is just all the tufts of fur, such as like on this back here. We're going to be using it for some of the legs as I throw the mini every which way. We're also going to be doing the teeth as well, the claws, and then we're going to be getting on to the next thing after that. So he doesn't have a lot of gray on here, or a lot of tufts, so one drop should do us. We are not going to be using our base coat, no, just because we want to get as much, we want to get the least amount of brush touching on these tips, just to give it a little bit more depth to that. So we're actually going to be using our next one, which is our fine detail, or this is our fine detail. This is our fine detail brush, and because like it's such a thin brush, you are going to be using your paint cloth here to just get just the right enough on there, just so you can start getting to those tufts of fur. We're also going to be doing around the biceps, triceps, any of the muscle tissue or any of the muscles that you see, just so that the muscles have some density as well, just so it doesn't look like just a gray mini. But yeah, so when you're getting a lot of these, you don't want to be using too much paint on it, because then you're just going to be recovering it. You just want to be doing very light strokes. You don't want to be doing too heavy strokes, and you also don't want to be using too much paint on the mini, as I said, because if you use too much paint, you'll cover it, and we don't want to cover it. We just want to layer it. So it's just going to give us a little bit more muscly tissue, or the looks of muscle, or the looks of fur, whichever one you want to call it. So the arm's starting to come together. I do notice that I missed the fingers there, so. But yes, as you can see, like his muscle tissue is starting to come about. Like you can actually see the ridges of his actual muscle tissue. A lot of people would consider this dry brushing. I don't think this would be considered dry brushing personally, just because you are trying to get all of the detailing of the actual muscles. Dry brushing doesn't happen until we are completely satisfied with our actual paint job. Not to mention that a lot of times dry brushing is actually done in a really super white, really. Yeah, so we're just going to get the detailing of the muscle out of this mini here, just so he looks a little bit less like a gray furry monster. But yes, this process takes a little bit longer just because there is a lot more. You do have to like look for it and try to find it. Oh, that had a little bit too much paint on there. Yeah, we're also going to be doing a lot of the hair. We're going to be doing the tufts of the hair. Just give it a little bit more depth for the actual hair. But yeah, this process takes a little bit longer than your other stuff, just because you're actually looking for stuff to paint and what stuff not to paint. So it does take a little bit longer to do this. But at the same time, when you have it finished and it's done, it looks amazing. As you can see, we can already start to see, I missed a little spot on his legs here. Oh, whoops. Painted my own finger, ha ha ha. But yes, as you can see, we get in that muscle. I only have a little bit left to do here on this, such as a little bit more of this back fur, sides. And this last muscle. And you're going to be looking for like the under parts or any of the parts that are more high or higher on the Mini than actually some of the other stuff that's on this Mini. Just because you want to go your lowest layer, then you want to go into the higher parts, and then it gets lighter and lighter as you go up on the scale. And I'd say that's done. That's for all the highlighted highlights there.